In a previous video, we foraged for ramps, wild chives, and dandelions. Today we're going to pick some dandelions. They're in full bloom, and going to make a recipe with both the dandelion flowers and the leaves. Don't forget the root is edible. I'm going to start with these flowers. Look for bright, yellow, healthy looking petals. I'm also going to grab this cluster of leaves, and we're going to make two separate recipes with them. The leaves need to be washed. Get 2 bowls of cold water and soak the leaves in the first bowl. After a few minutes, remove them from the first bowl into the second bowl, and the dirt will sink to the bottom. Do this several times, getting as much of the dirt and sand as you can off of the leaves. Now they need to be dried. Place them on a clean, dry cloth. Blot them dry on top. You also need to wash the flowers, rinse them off, get any dirt or sand off of them, and blot those dry as well. Let's start our recipe. We're going to saute these flowers Francais style. So let's talk about what we need for ingredients. In a bowl, I've whipped up an egg. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk, some sea salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and I'm going to throw in 3 or 4 rough chopped fresh basil leaves. I'd like to finish seasoning that with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, maybe a tablespoon, and I like the flavor of lemon. It's going to add a little bit of acidity, a little bit of depth to the recipe, so maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons. Whip it all up so it's thoroughly combined. Now you're looking for the oil to shimmer. As soon as the oil is shimmering and it's hot enough, you're going to dip the flowers one at a time in the batter and put them in your pan. Now you're going to put them in a specific order so that you know when the first one is done cooking, you can flip it when it's golden brown. Now that they're golden brown, you can see them sauteing on the second side. You want them cooked all the way through. I'm going to make a quick butter to top them with. I have some whole butter. I have some fresh basil, a little bit of lemon juice, and I dusted it with a little bit of salt and pepper. It's important never to bring your butter to a boil or the butter will separate. Once you have all your ingredients in, swish your butter around. You can serve the butter on top as I'm doing here, or you can serve it on the side. Sauteed dandelion flowers Francais style. Now let's do a second recipe. I have some olive oil. I have the rough chopped dandelion greens that are dried. I'm looking for the oil to shimmer. As soon as it shimmers, I'm going to add the onions. I have about a half of a Vidalia onion thinly sliced, and I'm going to add in the garlic. What I'm looking for here is for the onions to be translucent and the garlic just to start to toast a little bit golden brown. I can see that the onions are translucent. They're just turning brown, as is the garlic. Now we've got to move quickly. To make this a true farm-to-table recipe, I'm going to add some chopped pickled peppers. We pickled these ourselves from our greenhouse. I'm going to add some oven-dried tomatoes. We made these oven-dried tomatoes with cherry tomatoes from the greenhouse as well. Feel free to substitute anything you want in a recipe like this. Now I'm adding the rough chopped dandelion greens. What I'd like to do is thoroughly stir them, and I'm going to cover them for a few minutes. Once they're fully incorporated, that will allow the greens to sweat, cook down a little bit, but we still want that vibrant green look to them, and we want a little bit of a chew, a little bit of a texture. We want them al dente. Now that everything is thoroughly mixed in, I'm going to put in 4 or 5 basil leaves, cut chiffonade, ribbon style. I'm going to add a little bit more sea salt, a little bit of black pepper, and I like to finish a dish like this with some red pepper flake. Once I plate it up, I like to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and also some Parmesan cheese. Enjoy. Okay, we got a bonus recipe. Had some extra dandelion greens left over. I gave them a rough chop. I put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, a little balsamic vinegar, some salt and pepper, toss them, and it's the best salad you may ever have. Enjoy your dandelions.